Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Monday night with Massetti and friends. Got 4 of the Massettis here. I think, there's 5. Uncle Steve, welcome. So, welcome our guests. Our guests, a great area pool team. Up top, we got Dean, Chris, and Nick. But in order, it's actually Nick, Chris, and Dean from left to right. Then Les joining us also. Thank you guys for being here. Dean's been on the show before, but it's a pleasure to have the rest of you 3 on here. Steve, Kev, how's everybody?
Hey guys. Doing good.
Good. Sorry I was a bit late there.
Me too. Sorry.
Right on time.
Good day, everyone.
Perfect timing.
Family.
Good.
So, with the exception of Uncle Steve, the rest of us were all together this weekend up in Willits, having a good time. Wow, they're starting in on you already, and yeah, Brian wants to see the
this
wig.
one's directed to you.
Yeah, where's the wig, Steve?
It just happens to be right here.
Perfect.
Wow. Very good. Good thing you kept that.
I thought I had it backwards. Honestly, it's because I just left it where I took it off last week, and it happened to be in the same spot.
Perfect. Well, welcome everybody.
I need to style this thing.
Yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in to Steve's hairdressing podcast. We are also going to talk pulling and everything going on with the HMS and gray area team. But let's talk about Willits. We were at the Willits Frontier Days pool on Friday. I love going up there. I think it's a great little town. That crowd is always huge. It's sold out and into the action. I think they were treated to a great night of pulling. Hopefully all of you can agree. I think the track was pretty damn good for being a rodeo arena.
Real good.
So we'll kind of recap some of the action in the Massetti Consulting. Thank you, Steve. Limited Pro Diesel Pickups. Tyler Brownlee with Panda won again. You did not win.
Again.
Our 6,000-pound tractors. David Leinfelder with White Lightning. They had a hell of a pass. That was neat to see. They took the win. The Reeve Trucking Pro Mod 4-wheel drives was super tight. There's, I think, 4 trucks within a foot, and 3 of those were Reeves with, I think, Grandpa Donnie was in the lead, and then Garrett and Spike, and I think Larry Lopes was right behind. And then their good buddy, Bodacious Bob, went out there last hook of the class and put like 20 feet on it, or 15 feet on everybody. So congratulations to Bob. That was an awesome pass. In the Kane Trucking 7,400-pound class, Simplify got the win. Uncle Kev had a hell of a pass going with the whip. He let out because he said he saw the fence post coming, and I thought, what a sissy. From where I was standing, there was no way he was going to hit the fence. But then
Brian,
I saw
that's not the word you used, Brian.
I know, we're keeping it clean tonight, though. Also, I want to give a shout out. I'm going to have to jump off track here, but our Auntie Cece, the 3 of us, Kevin, Stephen, and myself, my dad's sister, just retired today. It was her last day as the Madera County Superintendent of Schools. She's been at that job for, I think, 15, 16 years, maybe more. She's dedicated her whole life to educating children. So congratulations on your retirement, Auntie Cece.
Congrats, Auntie Cece.
Looking forward to celebrating that. So, I think this is probably the first podcast she's ever seen, and hopefully she becomes a lifelong fan.
And she's
have her on next week.
Yeah, have her on.
Well, 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to try to do this from a cruise ship, and she'll be there. So it might work. It might be fun. It might not work at all. I don't know. But
Like a
back to that
50%
King-
chance it's going to be a train wreck.
it could be a super train wreck.
Hey, Brian, what cruise are you
75%.
going on?
We're going down to
Mexico.
Mexico, Cabo San Lucas, and Ensenada. Our whole family goes away for a week, so it's pretty cool. This
I'm going to
year's
Alaska
first
in
year.
8 weeks.
Are you?
Nice.
Well, I just want to make sure it wasn't the same cruise.
Yeah,
I wanna
that
make
would
sure.
be crazy fun. But
cruise guy.
we did that last year. That was a blast. I hope you guys have great weather and
Big boat
enjoy that.
people.
But we got to talk about Kev and this.
Oh yeah, finish that story
Yeah.
because last
Yeah.
I heard you were calling me a sissy.
I was, because I thought never lift Kev, and he lifted. Weight cover came flying off, so we took a little disqualification for that one.
And I'll be
we
honest,
did have
I
more.
kind of thought I was a sissy too until Trevor and I was like, Trev, we got to watch that video right after,
Yeah.
just to make sure.
He was moving fast. The fence post was right in line. That, the way those engines are mounted, that right engine would have been the first thing to meet the fence post, and there's some expensive shit out there. So Kev, I'm proud of you for lifting. you did the right thing.
It doesn't happen often.
I know, doing the right thing. But anyways, so we take a DQ in that class, and that's just the way it is. In our work stock class, Dean Anrick laid it on him. I was pretty impressed with that, as usual. I think that's 2 in a row for you, right? Because you won the Sunday in Alameda.
Yep, Sunday in Alameda and took Willits, which is awesome.
Yep. So our stock diesel class, Chris Flores, laid it on him pretty good there too. And that's 3 in a row for you. If my
The first place
Research is
Saturday, first place Sunday in Pleasanton, and then I took first Friday night Willits.
Very nice. Appreciate that. Also, another one I want to mention is Jason Cushenberry and the Corn Child. They went up there, had a couple nice a nice pass in Willits, and they had 3 nice passes in Alameda last week. So appreciate that. Any takeaways, Chris, Dean? Do you guys have any takeaways from the Willits poll? Anything about that event that stands out?
Just that crowd is always wild. It's fun sitting at the scales watching some stuff come through. It was awesome. And then once it goes, the 16-year-old kid that just hammered down and did the fucking back all the way down the track. That was definitely awesome. You should have seen him afterwards. He was just hyped. So that was awesome. Always a fun event up there.
Yeah, and that guy, that was actually just an exhibition pass, because when he was supposed to pull it in his class, they couldn't get it started, right? So we had to tow him off.
They also couldn't get it started earlier in the day, and they had to push it up onto the scale and then
Push
push
it
it
on
up
the scale,
and then
yeah.
push it to the parking spot. So it never ran until it pulled.
Did you think it was
Hey,
just like
maybe
a miracle would happen when it was time to pull
Yeah.
and it would start?
I
That's
think
good
so.
planning.
Yeah. Yeah.
4K and a clutch dump will do a lot of cool things.
I tell you, he let it have it. I mean,
He let it all hang
You
out.
got to give it to him, though. I mean, he was committed.
Yeah.
100%. And then his dad's truck is the one that the bumper ripped off. So they've
Saw that
got
one.
some stuff.
There was a lot of vehicles moving without the sled on Friday night.
There's a
Yes.
couple, wasn't there? Yeah.
A couple of
I was
getaways.
just gonna say I like seeing all the interesting vehicles coming up out of there, like
Yeah.
Methany. Was it Methany?
Methany.
Methany.
Yeah.
That name
Yeah.
fits.
The closer it was at your guys' trailer getting signed in, the closer it came, the worser it got.
Yeah, that's very accurate. But hey, there was people there in the crowd just to see him, I'm sure.
Yeah,
No, it was cool.
He had his
There was nothing
stuff.
wrong.
Yeah.
No?
Just a little sketchiness.
So all in all, I think it was a great event. I appreciate you guys being there, of course. And that hamburger that you gave me late at night was delicious.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
That
I really
was
wish I.
we would have had
We-
one for Uncle Kev, but Diener
They got
gave
their
it away to somebody else that wandered into camp and
I got there pretty late. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
We hope the guy that fell on top of the smudge pot is okay if he's watching this, because it had to have been hot when he was.
there's part of him still on my smudge pot.
Yeah.
Shit.
He will
That was
never
just
know
a-
what happened.
That was
James
just a
did.
random guy, right?
The
You know,
grass caught on fire.
We're
like-
always friendly. I am. You know, you come into camp a little buzzed. Here, I'll give you a chair. Here you go. He just bent forward to sit in the chair and
he fell
didn't
over.
teeter backwards. He just kept going forwards for the belly flop. And
Oh my god.
Yeah.
we weren't really ready for that. So
What part of him hit the smudge pot?
The
I think
side
his
of his
arm,
belly.
stomach, and stomach.
No.
He was
Oh,
a
man.
big boy.
I
He
tried.
He was a big fella too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he
wandered
was
off
big boy.
fence a few times. It was pretty interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really gonna wonder what happened after that.
What was the name of the guy playing on Friday night? He was at that
Joe
concert.
Peters.
Yeah.
Joe Peters, yeah.
Oh, isn't he the guy you had a GSI a while ago?
Yeah.
No.
For
Joe
sure.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the guy who fell on the fire, but Joe.
Yeah. No, I. Thanks.
Yeah.
The
Not the
other-
drunk, but Joe.
The other performer of the night. Yeah.
I was wondering after he got up and left, I was like, I wonder how hot the smudge pot is. And I poured a little beer on top and it started sizzling right away.
Oh,
I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
No, it was hot.
that's gotta hurt. And he was just sitting there laying on top of it.
oh.
Ooh.
It took so long to get him.
Cool. So
And on the top, that part was hot.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
that's
he's okay. So let's talk about the gray area pulling team. First of all, what is the gray area? What gray area are we working in here?
Well, I think Les should explain this one because he came up with the name.
I mean, in the pulling world, you know exactly what it means. You've got a very defined set of rules, and
Yeah.
so there's no
Gray
area.
wiggle room. There's wiggle room within those rules, and you can learn to read between the lines. You know, I learned many years ago when I started pulling with, back in probably 2010, that a lot of people play within that gray area, and I figured that with Dean and Chris and everybody else we support, that it's the perfect fit for you always got to try and get that little edge over everything. You got to play inside the gray area.
Perfect.
That's exactly what I thought it stood for. So
We were trying to come up with so last year when we started pulling, when I started pulling, it was my first year pulling last year. I kept telling the guys, like, we got to come up with like a page. So we just post that because like we have our personal pages and then Nick has a shop page for HMS. I was like, oh, we got to come up with our own personal like team name for it. It's like us, when we go out there, it's just us. And we were working at the shop one night and me and Les were talking about it. And he came up with that name and I kind of just went with it and it's stuck ever since.
Good
I'll
name.
have to say this: it didn't really originate with me. I'll have to give credit to Jason Wells. Brian, you might remember him from many years ago.
Yes.
He taught me a thing, live firmly in the gray area. That was his motto in life and pulling, and I've kind of taken it along with it. So if Jason, you're out there listening, this comes from you, buddy.
It's perfect.
I mean, and I've heard other people say they live in the gray area and
Yeah.
in pulling rules, and it's I guess it's what you have to do.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't
Um,
trying.
What, Jay?
James?
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Well, there's a difference between cheating and gray area.
He didn't say cheating.
Yeah,
he said they're in the
right.
gray area.
Just saying.
Cheating's more like the black area. I mean, the
Yeah.
white, whatever. It's not gray. It's not. That's not right. They're in the middle.
So, Les, you briefly mentioned when did you
Never has
start?
a notepad out.
When did you start coming out pulling?
Let's see. I started pulling probably about 2009. I bought my truck, the Silver Bullet, which now Dean owns, back in 2007, brand new. And back to Jason Wells, he got me into sled pulling and competitions with diesel stuff back in 07, 08. And he had brought his truck out. It was called the Left Coast Hooker. And I watched him pull a couple times and decided that's something I want to do. And so I would say about 2009, 2010, started playing with sled pulling. And then it has snowballed into, where we are today.
But then you kind of took a break from pulling, right?
You're retired.
Yeah. Basically, I retired the truck from pulling in 2019, I think was the last pull that it made. So it pulled for about 10 years. I was watching. I was in the at the time. It was the what would you call it? Not the 3.0 class. What did we call it before the 3.0
Six.
I
limit
think
pro
we were
class?
like street or super street or I don't
Yeah,
know. We were
something like that. I was pulling against guys like Manny Vieira, Tyler. All the
That's a good
all the
comment.
heavy hitters. Trevor. That's when the Powells showed up with their trucks.
D-Max less.
Thank you, Justin. I had just seen the writing on the wall that that the caliber of vehicles, the caliber of driver were just getting far greater than what I was going to be able to do, and I decided that I would rather step back from pulling and sell the truck to somebody who would be able to give it the time and money that it needed, and I'd be more than happy to step back and help facilitate the driving and give some pointers and experience and just help Dean along, basically.
cool. So
Want to hear the
Huge
purchase? The purchase, how the purchasing of Dean to Les went down. we were getting there. Oh, we were at Scheid, and we were watching the pools. What was that? Not last year, the year before. So 23.
23.
And we were hammered watching the pools, and me and Dean kept talking about it. And at the same time, Les was getting ready to say he was going to sell his mega cab, and I was like, "Well, I was talking about buying his mega cab." And Dean goes, "I really want to buy the Bullet." And I said, "You should fucking do it. Let's buy this thing. Let's go for it." He's like, "Yeah." We both pounded beers and we gave each other a pinky, like a handshake and a pinky promise. And I bought the mega cab, and he bought the Silver Bullet in less than 5 minutes of each other.
Trying to
So
pull
all good things happen.
6, and the price was right for the unit that came, and it was a lot prettier than what my unit was. So in that last flipper pitch, you gotta slide it on and rock it for a while.
Heck yeah.
It was pretty funny because we both came at him at the same time. Dean walked up to him. We stumbled down the bleachers, and Les was down below eating ice cream on the side of the track. And Dean goes, "I want the Bullet. It's mine." They shook on it. I walked up behind Dean, went behind Les and said, "I want the mega cab." Shook his hand, and it was mine too. Then we called our wives afterwards and told them.
I was gonna say about 5 minutes later, we called the wife like, "Hey, honey,
we just spent money we don't have.
Bought new trucks in Indiana, but they're already back at home, so it's okay. Don't go to shit there."
That's perfect. The best way it could have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, right?
True.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Mary didn't know this, or should. If you don't, take Cliff Notes. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
So Chris, you bought the mega cab from Dean, or that was Les?
From Les. Les had a fire sale that weekend of all his trucks.
Okay, that's what I thought. But so just now, Les, from then you were just walking, or what? I mean, what the hell? You had
No, I sold the Bolt to Dean, and then the mega cab to Chris. So the current truck that Chris is towing the nuisance with is my old mega cab, and I told Chris that I'll sell you the truck, but I have to get the money from Dean first and go buy a replacement truck, because at the time I wasn't quite sure I was ready to sell it, but then I was like, well, hell, I'll just sell it anyways. So I made an agreement with Chris. You need to give me, a month or two to secure a replacement vehicle. So once I secured my current 5th gen, then sold the truck to Chris.
Okay. Well,
So no, I wasn't.
You sold
I
sold
was
the
a
2
Flintstoning
trucks
it
with.
for a while.
That was within 5 minutes, though. You sold 2 trucks.
Basically, yeah, Kevin. I went from having 2 nice trucks to no trucks.
Have you considered being a car salesman? Because it sounds like
You're
you're
really good
super
at
good
that.
at this.
No, I'm done buying and selling
He's
cars.
definitely not very good at it. The buying part he's good at, the selling part not so good.
No,
I know what
drunk
he has to
guys
do.
come
All he has to
stumbling
do
down
is
and
get. That's
sold.
it. You get your customers super drunk, and then have 2 of them challenge each other. Boom! You just sold 2 trucks.
It was like one of those. There's like a meme going around right now. It's like the friendship to have is like, if you buy one, I buy one type of friendship, and that's what me and Dean did. It's like, if you buy the Silver Bullet, I'll buy the mega cab. Done. Let's go find them.
That's a
Luckily,
good
Les was
plan.
there.
I like the fact that you pinky swore over it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty good.
I didn't know if anybody was going to circle back to that. I'm glad you did, Brian.
You had to make
Oh,
it
yeah.
legal, so that's good.
We
Yeah, I mean
so, like, go
that's
back and
binding.
Legally.
Obviously.
Legally binding.
So Les, what do you do? Like, what's your day job? What do you do when you're not helping these guys get their pulling going?
So my
Professional graffiti
normal day
artist.
job is I work for a local municipality in wastewater. I'm in charge of the USA and locating department. So when contractor homeowner calls in 811 for underground, markings, I'm in charge of 1,600 miles of underground sewer lines that I have to go out and mark and locate for those 811 tickets.
Hey, but the good thing is you aren't on the side of that job that smells.
I've been there. I've definitely put my time in. So I've had plenty of
Got it.
beautiful
did-
things on me.
You had to pay your dues to get to the point where you get to be the USA guy.
Yeah, I've had to go
Okay,
through a lot
that's
of
fair.
shit to get to where I am.
Literally,
That's
that
cool.
is exactly right.
Yeah.
Good.
Well played, Les.
That's an important job though, because hey, you don't want to screw that deal up with a
He's a
excavator.
professional graffiti artist.
I am. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
get made fun of once in a while. I'll run down the shop to go grab something real quick, and my work boots are covered in green spray paint because that's what I do all day long. So I'm walking around like a leprechaun.
It's all horizontal graffiti, but
Nice.
You should see
So-
him around St. Patrick's Day. It's awesome.
Oh, it's great.
He's a hit.
So
never gets
Nick,
pinched
tell-
anyway.
No, I guess not. Tell us about HMS Diesel. What do you guys do there? What's that all about?
HMS Diesel started in 2013. I was just looking at it the other day, and we're a small little homegrown diesel repair shop. Started with me and Jason Wells just working after work on fixing our own stuff, building our own trucks, and then kind of morphed into this bigger shop. It's 3 employees, and we're just day in, day out fixing mostly Dodge Cummins trucks.
Chris loves himself a Duramax, though.
No,
So does Les.
Yeah.
I don't get to work on them by
I built-
choice.
I build the engines in house. I build transmissions in house. Builds pretty much that truck bumper to bumper, and we do it day in, day out. Gets a little monotonous at times, but sometimes we get to see some cool stuff. We get to see some sled pull trucks, kind of, like these 2 gentlemen next to me. We've been building some more street hot rod type stuff that can go sled pulling, and it's a good time.
That's
Nice. And Chris, you work at HMS Diesel?
Yeah, as James said on Friday, I'm the janitor there.
A lot of toilets.
Head
All I
not
do is
falling
clean messes there. That's all I do. No, yeah, I work with Nick. I started with him back in 2016, beginning of 2016, I want to say, when we were still part-time. And at that time, he was working his full-time job at a generator company, and then I was working full-time at a Dodge dealership down in Gilroy, commuting back and forth between Gilroy and Dublin. And I was getting kind of sick of it, and just felt like I was getting kind of tampered there and wasn't able to grow. And then we had enough work at the shop. Nick came up to me one night, was like, "Hey, you want to go full-time with this place?" And I was like, "Fuck, where do we sign?" Like, I wanted out quick of that other shop. And next thing I know, we both drafted up our 2 weeks notices, and we both texted each other. We turned them in at the same time. Well, Nick got to work out his 2 weeks, and I got into an argument with my old service manager, and I told him where to go, and I loaded up my boxes and I dipped out of there. And we've been full-time ever since May of 2017. I think May 7th, I think. So I've been there for almost 10 years now, coming up soon.
That's
9 years.
crazy.
Is that when your name changed, or how did that come about?
My name changed like in the first 2 or 3 weeks of working with Nick. The name did change. So there's this backstory behind the name Pookie. There's in Garfield, the dog has a little teddy bear, and that teddy bear's name is Pookie. And Nick always was saying that I was his little teddy bear because I'll admit I was kind of stupid back then. I was young and dumb. I was like 21 years old. I just had a mouth on me more than what I have now, and was just doing
That's hard to believe.
shit. And and so the name Pookie, he's like, "You're my little Pookie bear," and I just kind of stuck ever since then. So everybody knows. There's a lot of guys who don't know my actual name is Chris, and they just go around saying, "Oh, where's Pookie at?" And they go, "Who's Chris?" It's kind of cool. It's iconic.
So Nick did rescue you and put your life on the right
he's got my
course,
shelter
like you said.
paperwork, everything.
It's true. I got him vaccinated and vasectomy.
He's not feral anymore.
Spayed and neutered, ready to go. Yeah.
I do like that Nick went with the human version of that and just straight called it a vasectomy. So
Yeah.
well played.
So another short story here. When I met this guy, 22, 23 years old, he had never flown on a plane.
True. Never been out of California.
I
No
took him on his first plane ride
That was wicked.
to Indiana.
Oh, UCC. That was fucking wild. Oh, are we allowed to cuss on here? Do we get fined for that?
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
because, all right, perfect.
Is that where we're supposed to behave tonight?
Yeah, we're chilling.
I think that more applies to.
So still at the shop on his wall, there's a map where you scratch off the states that he's been to, and he's got maybe like 4 or 5. We've taken him to a few places.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So since I met Nick, I've been to Utah. We've been to Arizona. We've been to Indiana. He doesn't let me count like when we fly to Indiana. Then we land in like another state. He won't
You
let me
should count that.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. But he says no, it doesn't count.
Just because you go to the airport club doesn't mean you're
Yeah,
there.
like I've
Well,
been
you
to
were there.
Missouri technically, so that's pretty cool.
Colorado.
Hell yeah, we've been to Colorado.
Scratch it off, dude.
Been to
Nice.
Canada. That was cool. Canada was not very cool though.
That's a whole
Yeah,
nother
it doesn't seem like a layover though. Like, did you actually go to Canada and spend time there, or was it literally a
No, I
stop
did.
on the
I
way?
went to Canada. I went to Canada. I
Okay,
was there
good.
for a couple days.
Doesn't really.
Nice.
No, it
We
doesn't.
went to Vancouver. It doesn't
Yeah, it was like going to shitty San Francisco.
Like Seattle North.
Seattle North.
Oh shit.
But
So,
yeah, my
now,
my
Dean-
first flight was the UCC. That was cool though.
That's
That
great.
is pretty cool. So, Dean, last time you were on, we found out that you and Uncle Kev have more in common than a hairstylist, but you're in the window covering business, correct?
I am, yes. I own 2 different outfits, Sunshield Solutions and then California Textiles, kind of both in different niches. And then found out even more recently, we're almost like Uncle Kev's 5 years ahead of me. His wife is also a nurse. And then he's got his 2 daughters, and I've got my 2 girls you see running around at all the events. So
Yeah, we
Take it.
figured that out in Pleasanton, huh? We were like, oh my God.
You guys remember the promotional video you guys made together in Pleasanton too? I wish I recorded that.
Yeah, why didn't
Oh
we?
yeah.
We didn't
Wait, are you
record
telling
that.
me that they made a promotional video that nobody recorded?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
is that
Wait,
what
I feel like
Like for
we might be
blind?
misnaming it.
Yeah, for blinds, the 2 of you.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That was already after a bag of pizza rolls and a
Sounds
whole
fun.
bunch of adult beverages when that happened.
Yeah,
I'd
pizza
like to-
rolls and
Yeah,
adult
okay.
beverages.
Lots of pizza rolls.
If we have that, if anybody has it, I'd like to see it.
2 of pizza rolls.
I've got some videos, but I don't think we want to show them.
No, don't show it now. no.
yeah, we'll wait till
We'll do like a
later.
private viewing of that commercial. Or-
You know,
No, I don't
We'll
have
have
the
to charge for that. It's gonna be a $5.99 subscription to see those videos.
yeah.
the whole pizza roll thing. I came by the other night thinking, "Oh man, I'm gonna go try some of these garlic butter fried pizza rolls." And
They're
it was
amazing,
11:30. 11:30, I walked up and they said, "Oh no, not yet. It's too early." That was like, dude, it's bedtime. What do you mean later?
No,
But-
that's not a before midnight snack.
Yeah, it's
that's-
after
well-
midnight tonight.
But I think you guys scarred Justin for life.
scarred
because-
himself.
for sure.
Yeah, we
He would have just called us
You almost
and
killed him
told
with
us what
pizza
was
rolls.
going on. Me and Nick would have told him he's having heartburn.
I could have prescribed him medication
Yeah,
over the
he
counter.
was having a heart attack. He had heartburn.
Just eat
Massive
some
heart-
ranch. Yeah, he would have been fine. A little bit of ranch.
But Friday he came up with Bryson, and then he ran the blue sled, which I told him he did a pretty okay job, but not good enough to replace me. That's my baby. But no, I think he did a great job. But then we were leaving, or when I took him back, and I think you guys offered him pizza rolls, and he says, "No, I gotta go. I mean, they got the hell out of there. Like,
He ran.
poor guy.
Drive those 4
He
hours
learned.
instead of eat those pizza rolls.
All right, so we got to tell them the story of the pizza rolls. All right. So
Pizza roll story.
So every time the 4 of us go camping, we bring pizza rolls. It's our like midnight drunken snack. There's
So
a couple
good.
ways you can cook it. You can cook them on the Blackstone, cook them on the barbecue. We've wrapped them in bacon and then coated them with barbecue sauce and smoked them on the Traeger when we've been out in the middle of the
Ooh, that
desert
sounds like-
camping.
That's a
Smoke 'em on
good
the
plan
Traeger.
right there.
You
I
know,
love
like
that.
we have different ways. So we had butter, the Blackstone, and well, Nick decided to start cooking some up. It was like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning at this time, and we're
Let's
all
be perfectly honest. I normally start cooking them things as dawn starts happening. When the sun starts coming up, that's when we normally start cooking
That is
them
true,
pizza
too.
rolls.
It's usually-
So it's
So we had probably 4 or 5 bags, and they come in like anywhere from 60 to 100 count. And
Dr. Kevin.
We're into the golf. And so like Nick cooked one whole bag and like starts getting passed around to everybody, like all the boys, like James and Trevor and all their friends are there. Uncle Kevin's there. Bryson was there. Justin was there. Like, and then our whole group was there. You know, it was, and we were all sitting there drinking. Uncle Kevin had the national anthem playing. You know, it was
Yes.
that was good.
it was a good time. And so they fried
Sweet.
those things up in butter, and and it was sitting there like, oh yeah, John was there. Yeah, I forgot about that. And next thing you know, like a plate goes around, and then another plate goes around, and then we see Spielman rolling in with the dozer and going up to the track to go start, you know, tearing up the track like at 1 o'clock in the morning. And so then there's another plate going around, and I tell them to get it away from me, and then I throw it on the chair. And then Justin just kept having me hand him the plate, and he just kept eating off of that plate. Well, then everyone's kind of gone, and they're all up at the track. And then Justin founds a whole nother plate of pizza rolls to the Blackstone, and he grabs it and just hands it to me and starts eating off of them. And I was like, dude, I'm full. I don't want any more. And I put it on the table next to his.
That thing open over there.
And then after that, like I look over and there's like 2 left. Like there's probably a package of 50 on that thing. And so then we take some more beers and we decide to wander up to the track and go see what everyone's doing. That was a good time. And then he comes back. He's like, all right, Bryson, take me to my hotel room. And then they left. And then the next morning I left. I went home, grabbed my girls and came back. And me and Nick were going to go check the nuisance in. And Uncle Kevin comes up to us and goes, "Hey, you boys put Justin in the hospital this morning." And like we were like looked at each other, and Uncle Kevin started explaining like, oh, you know, I was having like pains up in here and then up and over here, like he was having a heart attack. And me and Nick started laughing and looked at each other like, "Oh, we're gonna have no heart attack. Dude, he's having heartburn."
I forgot about all the pizza rolls at that point. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
a pizza rolls and a 16-pack of Coors Lattes will do that to you, dude.
That's not marinara sauce in them things. That's lava.
It's liquid diarrhea.
To be fair to Justin, they were phenomenal. The pizza rolls.
they were so good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're lucky
In
you had
moderation.
them Apple crown shots, but that probably really saved you.
That would have been bad.
yeah, those
Oh,
crown
yeah.
ones. It was until that point though, when you were like, he ate like 3 plates of those. I was worried about him, and then I was like, oh, he's fine.
He's a tough boy.
So that's where the
Yeah.
pizza rolls come from.
Yeah.
Well, sometime I hope to try a couple of them.
They're
A
good.
couple plates.
Couple plates.
A couple bites.
Just one bag.
You're
Brian,
gonna
you're
put
gonna have to stay up past your bedtime.
I
I was
know.
gonna say.
Well, I see that.
And
Well,
now
the
I
way
find that was actually early. It's usually dawn by the time you cook those.
The way that
Actually, that's a
Nick
good point.
cooks them,
Brian
they're
could
like
just do that.
Pringles, man. Once you pop, you can't stop.
I can't believe you put that up there.
Cassie's dead on.
Pizza.
Super good.
But we weren't gonna say that, Cassie. Jeez.
Well, Cassie calls it like she sees it.
We were all thinking it.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
Trevor's working over here. John Bower sent us a video of the national anthem. Of
the what?
Of the national anthem.
Of all the
From-
salute the flag at midnight.
Oh, we all saluted and everything. It was badass.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
standing up.
it was pretty badass.
It was that and the German techno sled pulling song.
That was
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And then we should permanently mount that speaker to the front of the Suzuki because that was
I think
awesome.
so.
Like on the
I
hood.
had fun riding up there, hanging on to the speaker. I mean, that was a good hood ornament.
I think my favorite part of that night too was when we were up there and the security guards came up. They're like, "How long are you guys gonna be here?" And Uncle Kevin goes, "I don't know. Sunday night, maybe Monday." as Spielman was ripping the track up and down with the dozer. Like
that was a good
3:30 in the
one.
morning. That was good. That was a good time.
Oh, that's funny.
So while we're waiting to try to get this thing to load, we can go through each of the four of you guys. You all have experience at our pools and other pools and big pools. What do you feel is an area that we can improve, or what do you think is going well? I mean, it could be something small, it could be something major, but you got any ideas or suggestions of how we can progress the sport forward?
I'll take this one with a compliment first. You guys, we've been to some big pools, some PPL pools, things like that. And at one point, I actually timed the sled track prep from truck to truck. And you guys are just as fast as them getting trucks on the track and just as professional. It is outstanding to be a small organization doing just like what those big guys are doing.
Well, thank you.
I will second that. One of my most favorite things about pulling with Brian is, again, the level of professionalism, the caliber and quality of the equipment, the people who put it on, Brian, the family, your mom, dad, the wife, everybody, Trevor, the whole group, Kevin, the whole group is so professional, yet so easygoing, always has a smile on their face. It makes somebody who's never pulled before show up and go, this is a family. And I feel like everybody on this page is just one big family, you know?
Yeah,
it
really
makes it worthwhile. And, you know, yeah, we're going pulling with Brian this weekend, but that's our family. That's our pulling family. And it's really nice to be a part of that.
No.
Yeah, it's like I was telling these guys the other day, I was like, yeah, we all show up and we're all competitors, but at the end of the day, it's like when we show up to like a Brian, like an MLM event with you guys, it just feels like we're like one big family.
You guys jump into like Sunday night in Pleasanton. We were up like, we got to get this shit out of here, and you guys were right there. And Dean's like, hey, should I put the things in the back of my pull truck? The signs. The foot signs. He's all the Kubota's full. Like I was like, yeah, that's awesome. He just loaded them in his pull truck and took them. I mean, you guys jump in too. Yeah, it's family. You guys are right there.
It is.
No, it's definitely an awesome group. But last year, we're all competitive, so I think last year was just learning everybody. It was my first time, full-time pooling, and
I was saying same thing for me. Last year was full-time. First year pooling.
This year, I mean, it's a lot of camaraderie, and it's 100% fun at every single pool. Honestly, no matter what competition is there, it's great to see everybody shake their hands, have jokes and laughs the entire time, and it makes it just as fun as pulling.
We are big professionals. Big pros.
No, we're very professional.
You can't count like between midnight or let's say 11 o'clock and like 6 in the morning. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. Yeah.
No, we're all off the clock at that point.
Yeah, the pool ends at 9, and we can start in the pits then. All right, but from what?
No drinking in the pits.
No, that's from 6 to 9.
No drinking.
Or 1 to 9. No drinking in the pits. But once the pool's over,
also, I wanted to bring this up too, but last year it was Susanville, I'm pretty sure, and we were a little shorthanded. And I think you guys hooked and unhooked for us, or
Yep.
I don't
I
know.
ran
And
the flag up the track.
It's pretty rad.
yeah, it just, and always offering, what can we do to help? What do you guys need? And we greatly appreciate that, because I mean, while I do believe we have an awesome team, it's tough to, there's a lot going on. So we definitely appreciate you guys always stepping in and being there. And I did see our banners in the bed of your pull truck, Dean, and I thought, now that's pretty cool.
Pookie,
that was my truck.
Oh, that was Pookie. He took the banner.
Pookie put, okay.
No, they just loaded the pull trucks up and took stuff back with them.
We were already on the track. We loaded everything up and just went and dropped it off in front of the trailer for you guys.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that.
That was really cool.
But that's the beauty of at least the four of us, is we appreciate the hard work and effort and dedication that you guys put into this event. And the four of us want nothing but to give back. You guys have given us, we're trying to give back as much as we can. So we try and volunteer and help out any way we can, because we know it's not easy to do what you guys do weekend after weekend. So anytime you need to lean on us, just, hey, you got our numbers, give us a call, ask us to give you a hand. We're more than happy to help you.
We definitely appreciate it.
Right here.
I'm the janitor. Just let me know. I clean up them porta potties real nice.
Say that again.
I said, just let me know. I'm a janitor around here. I can clean up them porta potties real nice for you guys.
Okay.
Pookie will do anything. Anything.
Not anything.
Anything.
$20 is $20.
Well, I think we've got this. Let's see what happens here.
Which pool was that? I missed that.
Watch, look. Come here.
Kevin.
This is one of these days.
Dude, congratulations. I hope my daughter's.
This is not the first time we've done this either. James. Oh no, not
I couldn't really.
Sorry, guys.
That was
I think
fun.
we were listening to the national anthem, though.
We were.
Yeah. And then Brandon was holding a picture of a flag on his phone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gotcha. Well, Brian, it's true. It never does stop. But unfortunately, there's no pulls in the month of July. So we just all have to wait till August 2nd when we head to the Redwood Empire Fair. That's not terribly far for you guys, huh? A couple hours?
3.5, yeah.
3 hours.
Not terrible.
Oh,
Half hour less
okay.
than Willits was.
That's awesome. But I've always looked forward to the Willits pull and the Ukiah pull. There's some of, when they're on, those are some of the better tracks. And I always just look forward to it, and I hope the boys look forward to them as well, because the crowd at Willits and the crowd at Ukiah are really good, and the tracks are usually prepped very, very nicely.
Yeah. We've been the Ukiah Fair. We've done every year since we've been in business. Love going up there. Always good people to work with. Just really good people. So,
That's a good
well, I don't know. I think we've covered a lot of topics. Do any of you guys have questions for the gray area team or gray area folks? Do you have any questions for these guys? Anything?
When are you going to pull again, Brian? You seem to have a lot of fun a few weeks ago. When are you going to jump in the hot seat?
No. The question should be, when is Les going to pull again? D-Max Les. It's right there in his name.
Well, that was going to be our next question, was when is he? Let's let Brian answer, and then Les can answer.
As soon as I can, I guess, Les. That worked out good in Chico because we were only running the one sled because of the numbers and the space we had. The boys and Kev were gracious enough to let me have a crack at it.
You probably should have done it in Willits.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but yeah, I should have. Anyways, But I don't know. It is fun, but I don't know if you guys have ever ridden in the sled with me or not, but you need to come for a ride sometime because that's fun. You get thrown around and bounced around, and it's.
I say Justin was
You gotta
telling me
be-
about that. Just get thrown
So-
around in there.
I mean, I'm going to agree with Brian. I've ridden in it with him. It is fun to do it a couple times. If you had to sit there all night and do it, Brian, I don't know how you or Justin do it. I mean, honestly,
Well, the passenger seat sucks.
The middle seat's better.
The
Got an air-
driver's seat is
by passenger seat, do you mean the metal box that I sat on?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, honestly, that
It
it's still,
sucks.
it's a rough ride. Like you guys, yeah, I commend you for sitting there night after night and doing that.
It is rough, and you get thrown, but it's fun. I mean, I'm not doing a good job selling it, but that's okay. I don't want to give the spot up. But seriously, you guys need to jump in there sometime and take a ride. Matthew has a pretty good.
It was a great description of it.
Yeah, that is pretty good. It's like you're the little marble in the paint can. It's very true, Matthew. So,
That's what
but anyways,
said when that truck ripped its bumper off on Friday night, and he said he went from just sitting there to flying into the steering wheel and front window.
yeah. Well, when they stop quick like that, it's like an ejection seat. But anyways, as far as me driving, I like watching the boys and Uncle Kev do it. We're gonna get Uncle Steve to a pool this year and put him in something. So
we probably have to
anyways.
stick with the fever on that one.
Probably.
I know my limitations.
So Pookie asked about D-Max Les coming back. Is this going to be a thing or?
Yeah, it is.
No, that was a one-time thing. One-time thing in Pleasanton.
I sent James a picture of it.
Yeah,
Did you?
I think I loaded it
You
up.
seen the video of it too?
No.
It was a good
Oh,
hook.
yeah.
It was a good hook.
It is.
Well, lightning machine, you know.
Don't worry,
was-
I got a smoking deal for you coming up here.
Oh no,
Ooh, Marcus.
And before we jump into the marketplace, I had these pictures loaded. I should have shared them earlier when we were talking, but this is, of course, the Silver Bullet, owned by Dean, and I've been on quite a tear.
Thanks, Cassie, for the amazing photos. As
Yeah,
always.
thanks, Cassie.
100% Cassie does beautiful
Yeah,
work.
awesome.
That's the nuisance.
That's the nuisance.
Yep.
Um,
I can tell you
anyways.
how I named that truck. That's a good story too.
Let's hear it.
Tell it, man.
All right, so I've had that truck now for 10 or 11 years now. I bought it when I was 20 or 21 years old. And it's gone through, I don't know what you would call it, like stages or fads. Or I've had like different
Eras.
different
yeah,
genders.
eras. It's kind of like a teenager in high school, they're always changing clothes and like, and then one day they're emo, next day they're country, like always had different wheels.
It's the
and
Taylor
tires
Swift
on
of
it.
trucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was getting at.
The Swifty.
Yeah.
So at this time, I had polished 22 by 12 American Forces on it with a 5-inch straight pipe stainless steel exhaust with like a 10-inch donkey tip on the back of it. Thing was loud.
That's funny. The funny thing about that is 10-inch donkey tip was my nickname in college. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Next to the shit with pony.
Pookie, we gotta get back to your story. I'm sorry.
All right, so we were headed out of town. I was actually going out of town with Ross Mulrooney. We were headed up to Mono Lake, 395. We were going to go Ghost Town, basically from Ghost Town to Ghost Town in the Razors. And I had just gone off 99 up 88, and we had come into Pine Grove. And like it takes you on like a little frontage road, and you come up to a T, and there's like a Chevron right there. Had the toy hauler all loaded down and everything behind me. I got the red light. So I stopped, and then the light turns green. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Just get on it, like trying to make up this hill. And I make the turn. I'm looking back, making sure I didn't take out the car behind me, making the left-hand turn. And I look over to my left, and there's a CHP officer sitting there. and he's literally reading the newspaper, drinking a cup of coffee, eating a muffin, like no joke. And he just stares at me. And I like look at my wife. Back then she was my fiance then, but I look at her and I go, I bet you he's gonna pull us over. What? So I get up about 2 or 3 miles up 88. Trans started getting a little hot. I had just put a auxiliary trans cooler on it. And I was like, maybe I wired something wrong. I said, before we go up any farther up into 88, I want to make sure everything was good. It was already like 90 degrees that morning, like outside temperature, like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was hot. And so I crawl underneath, no leaks. The fan was kicking on. I was like, whatever, just let's run it. I hop back in the truck, put my seatbelt on, turn my turn signal on, and then here comes a CHP officer just crawling up the road. Pulls up behind me, turns his lights on. I'm already on the side of the road. And I was like, there it is. So I put it back in park, turn the truck off. He rolls up to the front passenger window and goes, hey, pal, you and me, we got problems. And I was like, all right, like, well, what's going on? And he just started trying to throw the book at me about the exhaust being too loud. And then, like, we went back and forth with each other a little bit. And, like, I was like, you know what?
It's always a good choice arguing with a cop. Always.
He was just saying stuff, and then like I was saying stuff, and then he starts trying to like nitpick like the truck and like trying to get me a bunch of fix-it tickets for like no front license plate, my tire sticking out too wide, window tint, and like I was like, all right, like I'm sorry, and then he asked me for my driver's license and stuff, and I was like, fuck, dude, I'm fucked. Here we go. And like so he takes it, and then I hear on his radio he gets a call, right? And he writes down my driver's license, and then he hands me everything back, and he goes, this truck is ridiculous. This truck is a nuisance to the Californians. This truck is horrible.
He just named it.
I was like, okay, you got me there. It is kind of loud, like whatever. And he goes, put a muffler on this thing, and next time you come up here, I see you're going out of town, put a muffler on this thing and go enjoy the rest of your weekend. I was like, all right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. He hopped back in his car. He took off like bat out as hell, wherever the hell he was going. And I got out of there quick.
That's a good choice. That's the right choice.
We go up there, we go on our weekend trip, we come back, and I get back home. I think it's the following weekend I go out to the truck, and I was like cleaning it and washing it. And I look on the back window, and my wife had sometime between we gotten back and that next weekend, she had gone inside on her sticker cutter on the Cricket, and she said #nuisance, and she stuck it on my back window. And so the name just kind of stuck. And I was like, that's kind of a good name, the Nuisance. Like, we're going to keep that name. Always wanted to name the truck, and I always call it like Big Bertha or Big Earl,
Grimace.
Like that. And Grimace. Les named it Grimace from McDonald's, and the Nuisance just kind of stuck, and was always there. Actually, the sticker is still on that back window. Sure, Brian's probably seen it. Justin's probably seen it. It's in the right rear passenger corner. It just says #Nuisance, and it just kind of stuck.
How long ago was that?
The Highway Patrol named it for you. That's pretty
Yep,
good.
Highway Patrol named the truck for me.
How long ago did that sticker go on, Pookie?
That was September of 2020. Like COVID had just happened.
So 5 years. That's pretty good advertisement for Cricket, Chris. Like you and your wife may want to like
Still holding up.
reach out to them for an affiliate contact or something. 'Cause that's pretty good.
The sticker used to change colors. It used to go from like a purple to blue color, but now it's just blue.
Yeah, well, that's UV.
You can't imagine that would last forever, but
yeah. But the
So-
thing's
It's
still
still on
stuck there. That's something.
Yeah.
All right.
Kidding.
That's how the little girl got named.
Cool.
That's cool.
Well, I think this is the point where we're going to turn it over to James and let him take us through the land of Marketplace.
This
And-
works. Yeah.
As he transitions here, we have the punishment wheel. Typically, the guests are
let's
exempt,
get these guys in.
But-
They're in.
But not tonight.
but I think you guys are hardcore enough that you're all in on the punishment wheel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 100%.
And,
We'll wear it to
You
the
guys
next
got any hot sauce handy?
No, actually, I do in my
I do.
lunchbox.
Good.
I do.
You'll be all right.
I knew Pookie would have some hot sauce with him.
Yeah, I got some.
Nick, you're out of the screen now.
Courtney,
That's good.
I'm very glad you asked, Courtney, because we actually do have new rules because I planned ahead for this whole punishment wheel deal.
Oh,
Oh no!
I knew that we would have 3 more guests than usual, and they're all eligible to spin the punishment wheel. So instead of it being 3 points for the direct or the exact answer, 1 point for the closest, it's now 2 points for the closest.
Oh no!
And
Whoa.
1 point for the next
Ooh,
closest.
it's tiered. That's very
So-
good.
Oh wow!
So,
How are you gonna keep track of this, Jay?
He's
I'm
very
gonna do
good
the
at math.
same exact thing that I normally do, Kev.
But you added a whole nother thing in. 2
Yeah,
points.
1 more point.
Oh, for the, but it's still you can't go over.
Still
No.
same rules apply.
Price
You
is
can't
right
go
rules.
over. Closest answer without going over.
It's just
So the
another
$1
point.
is
It's
not
just
gonna
another
really
point
help.
here, Kev.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Well, you might get
What
1
is it?
point.
8 o'clock. It's almost less as bedtime.
Calm down.
Well, Dean, Pookie, Nick, Les, if you guys win, or if one of you wins, you're going to get a free GSI t-shirt for GSI 25. So that's pretty
nice.
cool. But
There
if
you go.
any of you are in last place or tied for last place, then you are going to have to spin our beloved punishment wheel here. It's
There's
really
a lot
not
of
too
that.
bad, but
It's not terrible. We're in. We're all in. I'll spin
Right.
for one of us.
sounds
Last-
good. He's in too.
There you go, Dean.
Good. Okay. So our first listing here, Les, this one's for you. This is a 2002 GMC 3.0 full truck.
Well, it's got to be a Duramax.
I saw this thing.
It's an LB7
You can't be
that was
Why can't we
stroked out to a 7.1. It's got a solid block, solid heads, precision 3000 intercooler, 2024 Apex diesel turbo. Always ran with the filter. That's always good. It's got an SCS drop box and fully built Allison transmission with a front air locker and some fleece tough shafts. This is
Is it
Good
showing up
start.
for everybody else or
Yeah.
I see
I
it.
see it.
Can you not see it?
No, we can't.
no? We can't see it.
Okay,
Well,
Trev,
you're
it
gonna have
looks
to
like a
guess
garden
anyway.
tractor. It's pink.
I actually can't see it on my other screen either. Might
Oh,
be
come
all
on,
right.
man.
Shut
That
up
wiring
for
job
me.
is perfect.
There it is.
That's
Why
better
why
than
aren't all the
Les's
wires red?
better than Les's wiring job.
Oh.
What?
That's aggressive.
So,
Dean wants to.
pretty cool truck here. Cat stickers on the back.
What was that? $10,000.
It's
Horsepower for a cat sticker.
very clean, very clean. Clearly.
How do you zoom
Dad,
in so we can see?
Why
him
don't you go first?
Oh shit.
Les, how much would you pay for this thing?
Well, Brian's first.
Wait. He's going to guess later. We don't want
I'm
Pookie,
gonna
we gotta
give it
go
away.
turns, Pookie.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna say 50,000.
50,000. Trev?
I think 40,000.
40. Okay. Steve?
I mean, this is 7.1 liters of bad decisions.
Yeah.
52,000.
52.
Damn.
Okay.
You said
Kev?
you saw. Well, that's cheating.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Sorry, it cuts out sometimes. I'm gonna go. What'd they say? 50, 52. I'm gonna
And there was
say
a 40.
I'm gonna say 55,000.
55,000. Dean?
I'm gonna say 33K.
33. Okay. Pookie?
It's got built motor, built trans. Dude, that's $69,000 easy.
$69,000.
He nailed it.
Somebody
you
had
know
to do
that,
it.
buddy.
Someone had to. Well done.
Nick?
I saw this earlier.
No, that doesn't count.
Wait, then he can't guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Do you remember it?
I actually don't, but I want to say 57.5.
If you don't remember, you can guess.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's
right,
I was
Les.
looking at it for less, but
Les, what are we buying this truck for, buddy?
What do you think, Les?
I'm going to say 48.
48. What would you buy it for?
48 or 80.
I mean, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Okay, that's fair.
No.
Correct answer here is $55,000.
Damn.
Oh, somebody got it
That's
right.
one for
Uncle Kev,
Uncle Kev.
dead on $55,000. I didn't
That's pretty
blatantly say it, so this is kind of in the gray area, but we'll
Gray
say
area.
that the second closest, even though Kev got the direct answer, is going to get 1 point. And that would be Uncle Steve with a guess of 52,000.
Uncles are
Thank
off
you.
the-
There you go.
Way to
You're
go,
welcome.
Steve.
Somebody asked
You're
a
not
question
last
about what
place.
I'm drinking. Can you see it? It's called Frey Ranch. Super good. It's out of Nevada. Fallon,
Very
Nevada.
nice.
Fallon.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going there next month.
Be there.
Well,
Yeah.
August.
Well, that might be the poll I need to attend because I love
There
it.
you go.
I love this
It's a
distillery. It's
2-day
so good.
one.
We're going to be.
Let's
Is
go.
it?
It is.
Tell me what day.
Right? We got Fallon and Gridley same weekend.
Tell me what 2 days. All right, I'll figure it out. I'll be there.
All right. Well, this next one here is a 72 K5 Blazer.
Oh,
This
God,
was
I'm just going to
built by
say $1
Velocity.
million.
It's got a Gen 5 GM 6.2 liter LT1 V8 crate engine. It's got a Holley mid-mount serpentine system, some power running boards, a Dana 44 in the front with some Warren locking hubs, and a 10-speed automatic transmission. This is a nice one. This is a full restoration here.
It's about
How
the
fast do you
only
have to
price
go?
get.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I just was commenting on the 10-speed. Is that normal?
It's becoming pretty popular.
New GM transmissions are 10 speeds.
Seems like a lot of speed.
Some of them.
Anyways.
88 miles an hour.
Trev?
That's what that price is. It's in a dealership.
Oh, yeah.
Someone traded it in.
True. I'm gonna say $85,000.
85. Okay. Steve?
Oh, I think it's a little higher than that. I mean, I feel a little crazy here, but I'm coming in at 160.
160. Right.
Probably on the
Kevo?
money. My turn?
Yep.
I will say 150.
150.
I watch Barrett Jackson. Yeah, dude.
Do ya? Dean?
69,000, dude. It's a good number.
69,000.
Dude,
Yeah.
stick with it. I love
Ricky,
it.
still your answer.
I know, right?
What do you think?
I mean, that's going to work out one of these times.
I say 100 grand.
100 grand. Nick?
I stole Nick's answer.
95,000.
Damn it.
95.
Can't go over.
Okay. Les?
Has 80 been said yet?
Nope.
I'm going to take 80.
80.
Are we doing chat GPT?
All right. Dad?
What AI?
You should do the Chat GPT.
I'm gonna say 105,000.
105. Well, I will say that you were all way off, but I think it's because the guy or the dealership listing it is fucking psycho, for lack of a better term. They list it
He's
for
on crack.
$350.
That's ridiculous.
I mean,
got one
just
reviews on it.
ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
But that's
You know-
going to give the point to the 2 points rather to Uncle Steve with a guess of
you.
160,
Wow.
and second closest was Uncle Kev with a guess of 150. So your leaderboard here has not changed. Kev, first place, 4 points. Second
Nice.
place, Steve, 3 points. Brian, Trevor, Dean, Pookie, Nick, and Les all not on the board.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Currently going to spin the punishment wheel.
Dealership.
Let's keep this
markup
going.
right
Let's
there.
keep this going,
That
Kevo.
dealership markup
Lots.
is intense.
It is
Good
intense,
Lord.
yeah. It's got to be a little
did he
bit
come
above
up
the
with that
original
number?
sticker price. Yeah.
It's not even like there's nothing original.
No, yeah,
That's
it's
kind
not
of
even
the
that
point,
cool,
though.
in my opinion.
No, but it should be worth less. Not
Agreed.
worthless.
Agreed.
Less. All right, go ahead. Carry on.
Thank you, Jeff. Next one here we're looking at is a 94 Cummins. Can be set up as a 3.0 or a 2.6. This guy is selling his pull truck because he just doesn't have any time for it anymore. It's got a Kastner Performance 5.912 valve. It's currently set up to run the 3.0 class, but could easily go back to 2.6. Obviously, just change turbo. And this gentleman here would consider trades for farm equipment, an excavator, a skid steer, or dump trucks, plural. So, interesting one here. Not a lot of specifications on the actual setup of the truck other than the Kastner Performance 12 valve. But it is a pull truck, that's for sure. So, Steve, you're going to kick this one off.
I'm going to come in at 40 grand.
40? Okay.
Yeah.
Kev?
This looks like the last one that was a Duramax. I'm going to say 55 again.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess. You have a good memory, Kevin.
It looks just like it, and I won with that one. So.
Yeah.
You really can't beat that logic. Dean?
Let's do 62.
62. Okay. Pookie?
69,000.
69.
Obviously.
Attaboy, Pookie.
That's pretty close.
Nick?
I got 9 goats.
Goats?
2 goats and a couple heifers.
Sold. I'm going to go 52.5.
52.5.
That weight is easily 10 grand.
Less?
I'm going to take 10 off of Nick's and go 42.5.
42.5.
This guy gets it.
Dad?
60,000.
60,000. Trev?
$55,001.
Yeah, you're right. We won. Sorry.
This is a very tight board here. We're between 40 and 69, I believe.
Come on, 55. Double nickel.
Yeah. Is anyone on the screen in the market for a pull truck at the moment?
Shit, it's gonna be cheap.
Less?
We can always
No.
Dude,
No.
that means it's
Well, for this price, you may be $23,000.
What? It's got a
Hey,
motor.
Jay, do we agree that the lowest bid is also the second closest?
No, because the rules, they clearly state closest answer
You don't have to go
without
back.
going over wins.
Yeah, wins, but for second place,
No.
Well, Nick did say goats. I
Yeah.
mean,
Today's market value of goats is pretty much right there. So I think Nick should
It
get
could
that
be
one.
the goats, yeah. But regardless, everyone was over, and
Seems cheap,
therefore,
right?
congrats on your
therefore
points,
I
Jay.
get the point if
Look,
everyone
let's
goes over.
make some phone calls and go pick that thing up tomorrow.
unless you got
Do
your
it.
I mean, that seems like a good deal.
I'll send you the listing. Just
Don't
Yeah.
give me a 10mm screwdriver. I'll really screw shit up. Ask Chris where the Star Wheel's at.
I do think John Mayfield with $1.50, he did win that one.
Dude, is that
for
Pro
sure.
Mod John?
That is Promod John.
Come on, John.
Yeah,
memory,
surprisingly,
guys.
Promod John pretty good at guessing for the diesels.
Ooh.
So regardless, I'm gonna get a point there because everyone was over. So the
Good job,
leaderboard:
James.
Kev first place, Steve second place, myself third place. All of you guys still 0 points. Dean, I think this one you've got in the bag. This here is a Crown Royal Barstool Racer.
He needs that one.
This is specifically made for Dean, as it says in the
Yes.
top bullet point there. And it is a one-of-a-kind Barstool Racer. It's got a new clutch, 4 brand new slicks, a 212cc motor, and it's perfect for your bar or for cruising around. You can do anything with it pretty much.
Cruising around your bar.
That seems pretty fast.
You could put
This
little
sticker up here, I don't know if you could see it. It says, "Do not screw with my crown. Serious injury or death can occur." And it's a guy.
we should have had those warning stickers out there for you.
Yes,
He's definitely hitting somebody with a bar stool.
with a bar stool. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
then over
that's
here is
really
a
good.
bottle of Crown.
Full swing.
So we need to find these stickers and definitely
Is that built for
distribute them.
Canadian midgets?
That's pretty good. That's a nice sticker.
That's a good comment, Courtney. Yeah. So we're gonna.
with your sled.
Yeah, if we put some small sled pulling tires on it.
I think it would do a heck of a wheelie.
Bar stool
Look
pulling.
into a sled.
Yeah, I think that's a new sport.
Barstool pulling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wear
I
a
like
helmet.
Kev, you're up first. What do you think?
It's definitely going to be cheaper than the last stuff. Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's say that's probably $1,700 because that's nice.
1,700. All right. Dean, got a lot of faith in you here.
Let's do $1,420. It's good numbers.
1420. I like it. Pookie?
$1,690.
$1,690. Very good.
You do have only $10 where you win there, but
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's all right. You might be.
No, he's good.
he's good. Nick,
I'm gonna go with 2,000 even.
2,000.
It was 1,690.
Okay. Les?
Oh,
I didn't hear that.
I'm gonna say $9.99.
$9.99. Okay.
You out of your mind?
Dad?
1,200.
1,200. Trev?
What's the lowest right now? $9.99.
Yep.
I'll go $1.
$1.
Oh,
Dirty. Steve?
Hey,
$30.
I mean, I have two choices. It's either $2 or
$2 or
1,000.
1701.
No,
Or
I gotta go with
1,000.
1,000. I'm pretty sure it's
$1,000.
actually 1,200, but I'm gonna come in at 1,000.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. It is
Okay.
1950.
Wow.
He's going to give the 2 points to Uncle Kev.
Yeah.
And
I'm on the board.
believe it or not, the 1 point goes to Pookie.
way to go, Pookie.
We all doubted him. Even I doubted him. But
No, he knows what he's
perfect.
doing.
Yeah,
Nick
he had to
was-
stick with that number.
Nick was definitely the closest, but I think this guy just wanted to discount it a little bit to make it more attractive. Not that it needed to be.
Yeah.
And knocked
Yeah,
off
that
$50.
$2,000 mark pushes a lot of buyers away. He's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, definitely.
Marketing 101.
I think we need that.
I think you do too.
We're gonna pick
100%.
the Apple version.
We're gonna go driving that around the pools.
I feel like you could probably build it for less than that. No?
No.
Oh, 100%.
Not with my mechanical abilities.
You need to try it, Kevin.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not going to.
Somebody could, for sure.
Is it a shifter? Has it got little shifters?
We can bake
Um,
thing.
No.
Not sure.
It's too late.
Doubt
It's too late to actually analyze it anymore.
Yeah, this is I was just wondering at this point.
Can we?
So to recap here, Kev, you're in first
Yeah.
place, 6 points.
Damn,
Second
that's
place,
pretty
Steve,
dominant.
3 points. And then third place is a tie between myself and Pookie. Fourth
Damn.
place, otherwise last place, 0 points, is Brian, Trevor, Dean, Nick, and Les.
Ooh,
It's gonna be a long
That's a lot
show.
of people. That's a
It's gonna
lot
be a
of people.
long
Yeah,
show.
and you all
You
have to
guys don't
spin
get
the
some
wheel
points here.
if you lose.
We're gonna wear that wheel out.
We've got 2 listings left.
Oh, we got
And
this.
next one we're looking at here is this pulled Wagyu bull.
What?
It's a young one.
Hold.
But did Pookie pull it?
I think that means it has no horns. Correct?
Oh,
Oh,
What's in the
see, I
bottom
didn't know
picture?
that. I was literally gonna Google that.
Yeah. It
Wagyu.
needs a new home because they do not have enough pastures to keep adding all the groups that they want. You could see I think he's the one on the left here, and he's got some sort of issues for sure.
You gotta give
I don't know
it
if
a little
it's
bit of
just a
autism.
posture deal or like a mental deal.
Rosie O'Donnell.
He's definitely got something going on, or maybe the grass is just a little too green on that pasture. You know what I'm saying?
That's a little funny.
So
You mean he's zooted all the time?
Is that Wagyu
could
beef? Is
be.
that what we're
Who
talking
knows?
about? Wagyu beef?
Yeah, that is Wagyu. Well, it's a Wagyu bull.
I saw
That's
a side of steer last week go for $1.
Yeah, so I mean, you could base
Shouldn't
it
put
off
that
that
out.
for sure if you want to,
Right.
But you're probably not going to win.
Oh, that didn't work out for
you
any of
could.
us last week.
Is there a
Anyway,
way?
Dean,
Mark that.
you know much about the Wagyu bull scene at all?
That one didn't come with the big balls. I can tell you that much.
No. Well, what do you think about this guy?
Who's first?
Dean. Sorry.
Oh, let's do $2,200.
Now you're overpriced.
2,200. Okay.
He
Pookie?
just gets some green pizza rolls. That's what Justin looked like in the hospital.
The Wagyus, you.
1,500.
1,500. Nick?
$1,000.
1K. Less?
Plus nose is cows.
How much?
2,500.
2,500. Brian?
3,000.
3,000.
Thanks, bro.
Trev?
You still have confidence. I think he knows.
I like that one. 3,200.
3,200. Steve?
It's a bull, not a steer.
That's what it says.
What's the highest number we have?
32 would be the highest.
Yeah, I was more than double that. I'm gonna come in at 4,000.
4,000. Kev?
Am I the last one? Oh,
Yeah.
that's easy. I'm just gonna go a little bit above Steve. But does his holding his head that way, does that affect the taste of the Wagyu?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's the special
You're not
Wagyu.
eating him. You're not eating the bull.
Both
You're eating
pictures,
the
he's
kids.
holding his head like that.
It
Is
doesn't
he just
matter.
like, what's
You're
up?
not eating him. He's the bull. He's there for the
I
babies.
think if it's Wagyu, though,
He
isn't
does
it
look
good for
stupid.
eating?
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah,
you don't
but
buy a
he's-
bull to eat
You're
him.
going
You
to
buy
buy
a
him
steer to eat
to
him.
make babies.
Well,
buy
you're
him to
not going to
breed
make
him.
more babies with that guy. Look at his head.
Well, then you should definitely bet below 4,000.
The women aren't going to be interested in him.
Oh, there's somebody out there for
You're
him.
too high. Look, if you're looking at it as a steer to eat, this is way too high.
You don't eat bulls? I don't
No,
know about the
breed
cow
bulls.
game, guys. I'll just go a little bit above Steve. I'll go the highest. Whatever's the highest, I'll go $1 above.
Okay, you want to go 4,001?
If I'm the last one,
You are. That was a
Yeah, I'll
phenomenal
go
guess.
4,000
This
and
little
one
guy
cent.
here is listed for $8,000.
I'll take it.
And the
Fucking
theme of
knew
the
it.
night continues. Kevin with 2 points for his guess of 4,001, and Steve with 1 point with 4,000. I mean, I sound like a broken record here. Brian, Trev, Dean, Nick, Les, you guys are all not on the board. Kevin's points are actually bleeding over to Dean's name. I almost thought Dean had 3 points there for a second. But no. Kevin has 8 points.
Hey, Dean, if Dean wants a point, give him one of mine. Just give him
There
one
we
of mine.
go.
You want to do that?
No, I want everybody to get
no,
like
no.
let's
I
keep it
got to win
fair.
on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, Dean, that's not how we do it. You're right.
Do you
Sorry.
think you get a tax credit if you get that bull and have it on your ranch?
I think you do.
Like
So you probably get some
supplements?
disability or something.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, for one thing, you can now list your property as ag exempt. Like, yeah, 100% you do. It's probably worth way more than 8,000, honestly. But I knew I should have gone higher.
Who knows?
You did say double that, Steve. You said
Yeah,
it's
you would have
worth
been
double.
You'd have been very close.
I was like, literally, my first guess was 6,500, and then I was like, oh, these guys must know more than I do. And stinking Kevin comes in and he's like,
Well, that was
We're
an
more
easy
than
one. I was last. I said just a quarter cent over Steven's guess. Easy.
yes, well done, well played.
All right. Well, this is our last listing of the night, and 5 of you do not have any points, so
Well, it's
you're
gonna
gonna
be a
have
long punishment round.
to really work here. Many of you know that I am possibly in search of housing for the future. So I am considering all options, and this one is pretty great. It's a converted school bus. It's old school, as you can see, and they used to use it for an event every year. Not sure what that was,
Burning
but
Man.
it has
Burning
4
Man.
bunks, a toilet, a sink, an outdoor shower, a water heater, a freezer, and a fridge, and an awesome rooftop deck with a table on it. It looks like a die table to me. And it's got 454 in it. Mileage is unknown, but that's not very important. And it runs good. It's ready for adventure.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
I mean, it's pretty sick. The only thing that I don't really love about it is that the ladder to get up is from the outside. I feel like it should be from the emergency exit, you know?
You're right.
But other
But
than
that's
that, I think
really,
it's
I mean,
pretty perfect.
it's kind of really for when you're like parked at your festival.
No, but it'd be
and you
cooler
just
if
wanna
you were
go.
going down the highway and you could get up there. You know?
I mean,
Exactly,
it would be
yeah.
amazing. There's no
Yeah.
question that you're right about that, but
It just
James, you need to start bringing this thing to the polls. We could,
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm looking for sponsors. HMS Diesel.
Uncle Kevin talked about riding on top of it. So up in China, or was that going up from Sonora to like Groveland? They just pulled over a bus last week, and it was posted on 209 Times. It had like 15 people riding on the roof.
Yeah.
Going up, going up the old priest grade.
That's
I hope they didn't get
exactly
in
what we
trouble
need to
just for
do.
partying. You know,
Yeah.
they were just having fun.
No, I love this thing. I think it would be a very good investment. We'll see the
Yeah, there's-
price, but Dean, you were on the show before, but I don't think we had implemented this at the time. Nowadays, the last listing, we both guessed the price and the location of it. So we're going to go through and do one round of price, and then we'll go back the opposite order and guess where it was listed from. So it makes it a little bit tougher. But there's more opportunity for points. So you guys might still be in it.
You can come back.
This one, we're going to start off with Pookie. Pookie, what do you think about this?
6,900.
Nice. This might be the one.
Very nice.
This might
And
be the
then
one.
location wise.
Oh, don't do the location.
Oh, wait
We
for
go
the
back
location.
later.
No location.
You said 6,900?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Wait for the next go around, and
Yeah.
you'll tell them the location.
We'll go back through. Nick, price, what do you think?
7,500.
7,500.
Yeah,
we do
Jim's
know.
got a point.
I'm thinking we might need a trade or something. I don't know. right.
Plus, we just need to put a deck on top for you.
10,000.
10,000. Okay.
Pretty good guess.
Dad?
7,500.
7,500. That's the same guess as Nick. I'm not going to allow it this time.
All right, I'm sorry. 8,500.
8,500. Trev?
Sorry, can I get the range that we're on right now?
We're between 6,900 and 10,000 currently.
I'll go.
Why is he looking over to you pulling that thing up online right now?
I would love to, but I'm sitting next to my dad, so I can't.
No
He
cheating.
can't cheat tonight. He can't cheat tonight.
Yeah.
That is
No
cheating,
cheating
Trev, but not
Trev
tonight.
tonight.
No. I'm gonna go 15,000.
15. Cheating Trev, have you spun the wheel every time since we implemented the wheel?
I was trying to figure that out because technically I didn't.
You didn't
got it.
lose, but you did have
I didn't
to
lose,
spin.
but I spun.
Yeah.
I think I have.
I mean, you spun last
let's
week,
see if
and
we
I
can
took your
keep that
punishment.
rolling.
You did, Steve. That was really cool, Uncle of you.
Yeah, but then I still had to pay everybody $5 anyway.
You still had to do the other.
Yeah,
Oh,
I kept it
that's a
that
good
time.
point.
Thanks, Trev.
That's a
That
good
saved
point.
me this week too. It's a rough
Steve,
week.
what do you think?
12,000.
12,000. Kev?
I'm gonna go high because I have to use the restroom. I'm gonna say 20,000, and I'm also. Can I just say the location real quick? In case I
Sure,
miss it?
go ahead.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
2. It's either in Burning Man or it's in Bowling Green, Ohio.
No, you
One
have
of
to
the
pick
two.
one. You have to
Just
pick
either
one.
Whichever
Burning
one's
Man's
closer.
no location.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
He's like,
Maybe
what
we'll
is it,
do
what,
the
the western part of
center.
the United States or the eastern?
Well,
think
maybe we'll do
it
the center of Burning Man and Bowling Green.
Yeah, center. Just center it on
Geographically.
the campground of each one. Yeah. Thank
That's
you.
the
I'll be
middle
right
of the.
No, I'm saying
No. Yeah,
between.
James, he left. You do exactly what you want
Yeah.
to do. It's right in
I will.
between.
No, I will for sure. Dean, price. What do you think?
600.
What is it? Sorry,
76.
7,600.
Good.
All right.
I feel like that's solid.
Now, Steve, location.
Probably gonna be 75. Oh, look.
We'll do Steve first. You go last.
Me?
Dean. Yep.
Oh, I'm in Carson City, Nevada.
Carson
Damn.
City.
That's what I was gonna say. Fuck.
I feel like it's a good guess.
Okay.
No, it
Right.
is. It's a real good guess.
Gene Trev.
I'm gonna say New Mexico.
New Mexico.
No, I want Arizona. Never mind.
Arizona.
You don't want to
Just
pick
found it?
like a location,
Yeah,
like
right in the
Yuma?
middle of Arizona.
Okay. So you basically didn't pick a location, Dad.
Yeah,
Center Point.
Dad, what do you think?
Southern Illinois.
Southern Illinois.
Wow.
Okay. Wes.
I'm gonna say Denver, Colorado.
Denver,
Damn it.
Colorado.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Colorado's a good guess.
Okay. Nick.
Grass Valley, California.
Mm-hmm.
Pookie.
There's no mountains in those pictures.
Grass Valley doesn't have.
I'm gonna say Portland, Oregon.
Portland.
Solid guess.
Good guess.
It's like
All right,
something.
Dean.
I'm doing Colorado, but west of Denver. Sorry, Les. We had the same idea. That's
West of Denver. Okay.
Hmm.
Before I reveal it, I'm gonna just look something up real quick.
What is the midpoint between Bowling Green and Burning Man?
No, that's gonna be irrelevant here.
I
Oh
figured.
man, this is gonna be tough. All right.
You have your big pen?
This one is $8,750
I just got a
listed
point.
from Erie, Colorado. Erie, straight north of Denver, like very close, probably
Is it more west north?
30 miles. It is. I mean, if we're looking at, you're honestly, I mean,
Depends how the map's turned. If it's upside down,
you go, see that highway right in the middle of the screen? You probably can't, but
no, it's
it
no
is
way.
just off to the west side of, appears to be Highway 25 going north there. It's going to be a tough one for me. But to solve the problem, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you each a point for the location because you're both very close.
They should get half a point. Split the 1 point. Easy.
All they need to do is be not
Because
zero.
it
Either
really
way, it's
doesn't
fine.
matter.
Point one is
Yeah,
fine.
as long as
Just
you're not
don't be
zero.
zero.
Yeah, so you guys each have 1/2 of a point from that.
We're doing
All right, Dieter.
And the price, $87.50. The closest there was Dean, so he's going to get the 2 points. And the
Wait,
second
what did
closest
Dean
there,
guess?
he guessed 7,600.
Okay. That
Oh,
was a
I'm
good
sorry.
guess.
What did your
Dad
dad
guessed
get?
8,500.
Oh,
Dad is going to get the 2 points.
James,
So-
you just
I'm sorry.
screwed up. You're
No.
spinning the wheel, buddy.
Oh, come on. I found
Dad's mad. Dad's
I
mad.
found the mistake. Last week it was like I was stubborn in being like I thought I was right. This time I was just
No,
Really
that's
elected
fine.
your
I just
dad.
had a question, and then he answered it, and before he even announced the points, he recognized it and corrected it. This isn't an error.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
So
Wasn't that an error?
Dad
I feel like it's
with
there.
2 points
Brian, you still get the points.
for his guess of 8,500. Dean with 1 point for the next closest of 7,600. So, well, just to go through the entire score here, Kevin takes the win with a total of 8 points.
Jesus.
4 points. Dean 1.5 points.
Good job, Dean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go.
No, Dad was ahead of him with 2 points.
2. Yeah.
It's okay.
Dean was just behind him with 1.5, and then Pookie and myself with 1, and Les with 1/2 of a point, just barely above the wheel there.
Dang,
Trevor,
that was pretty lucky.
Nick, yours is still blank.
Yeah.
So
We'll have that on the big jumps.
this
Punishment wheel.
is
Punishment
the
wheel.
time.
Punishment wheel.
Boy.
Here we go, baby.
This is the time here where
This
we
is exciting.
switch over.
This is nail biting. This is great.
It is good.
Yeah, we're gonna switch over to this mode here,
Nice crown you got over there, Nick.
and I'll show you the wheel just to give you a brief highlight of some of the items on there. We have take a shot,
Anyway,
sincerely thank our guest, pay everyone $5, spoonful of hot sauce.
Wait, didn't somebody get -1 point for last week?
Oh,
Well, it was I think it was me, and
Oh, yeah.
we decided to
yeah,
just
yeah.
respin because it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
The dark blue ones are hard to read, but I swear I'm reading the actual
Yeah, no,
thing. I'm
he
not making it up.
swears. And also, if you get them, he's going to be like, you got to wear a wig for the next month. Stuff like
What does
that.
it say? Can you see that? Purchase and wear a wig next week.
Yeah.
It says
yeah,
it.
you can see it
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
I did that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
You've
that.
done
What's the other black one or purple or
That
dark blue?
one's record an ice bucket challenge video.
Oh, God.
Okay. Oh no, I saw it right there. Yeah, that's good.
Trev, you are pretty much a professional at getting the wheel spun. So
Yeah.
why don't you go first here? I'll
I'm
spin
ready.
it for you. I'll do you a favor.
Do that
Yeah.
$5 one
Wait,
again,
I-
Trev. That helped a lot.
Do you
Wait,
wanna
wait,
come
can I?
spin it?
Yeah, can I
Yeah,
spin it?
Come on in here.
Oh, go spin it, Trev. This is
No, that's
we're
totally
kind of breaking the fourth wall here, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin, good poll. Nice work, man.
Thank
That
you.
was really
Thank
well
you.
done. We should
Worked out
also
well
have
on
him
this
spell.
Whoa, look how he
else-
popped
is
in
it?
there.
Is it also Nick?
Time travel.
That was crazy. That was cool.
All right.
All right, let's do
I'm
it.
just
Let's
gonna
do it.
Turn my luck around here.
All right, Trev, do it good, buddy.
Wait, like there's a good
$5
thing on
for
there?
everybody.
No, I mean I don't know.
If it
Spin
gets
it hard.
freeze, it's freeze right there the whole time.
Spin it hard.
If you get the hot, Trevor, if you get the hot sauce, hold on. If you get the hot sauce, I will do it for you immediately. And then next time I lose, you got to do whatever mine is, other than hot
Okay.
sauce.
Same with
That's
take a
pretty good.
shot, Steve.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, so I got
Yeah.
both of those for Trevor, and if I have to do it, he takes my next loss. Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that.
All right.
Good spin, Trev.
Oh, it's totally
That was a good spin.
It really was.
Oh,
Oh no!
What is
Jump
it?
back.
Purchase and wear a wig for next
Yeah.
Yes.
week.
Good thing it's not the $5 again. 'Cause that would
Yeah.
have been like the
Trev's going
third
broke
time.
here.
Yeah.
He's gonna find a job soon.
So should we just? Who
You
else
wanna
lost?
spin
Was it
for
Nick?
He's got to find
Yeah, let's
a
have
job.
Trevor. Let's have Trevor spin. Hey Nick, Nick, I can't make the same offer for you, bro.
What? All right. Well,
Do
Nick,
you want me to spin, Nick? Or
You'll
do
be
you want me
fine.
to spin based on how
You
that
actually rock, paper, scissors.
yeah. Can we?
Nick, I
Where's
can
the
drive over there and spin that if you want.
Whoever.
come right out of the shop.
Trevor, spin it up.
Okay.
He's really good at spinning that thing.
He
Oh, he's
is.
got a wig.
Oh, sincerely,
Sincerely
thank our
thank
guest for
our
1
guest.
minute. So
This is a good
Nick,
one.
we're gonna need you to thank Pookie, Dean,
Yeah, we need 3
and
minutes.
Les.
I want to be sincere too, from the heart.
Very
heart.
sincere.
You got to mean it. We got to feel it. We got to feel it.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
1
Yeah.
minute of thanking you
Yeah,
guys.
1 minute. I'm gonna pull up.
You
I'm
can-
gonna pull up a
you can do
stopwatch,
it.
too.
Yeah.
For each one, though, a minute for each one, you think? Or
No, we can.
No.
That's rough.
I'm doing
Hold
that
on,
already.
that's 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 1
Pookie
minute.
would like
for
his
me,
own
1
minute.
for Dean,
I feel
1
like
minute less.
that's a little
Pookie
rough.
definitely wants a minute. That's for sure.
Yeah, I want my own a full minute. I want to hear about this.
Jesus Christ, 3
He's
minutes.
screen recording too.
go for it,
Hold
Nick.
on.
All right.
Okay, I have a stopwatch. 0.
Oh boy.
Okay, ready? Start talking.
Well, thank you so much for being in my life. I sincerely appreciate you. It's only 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You're making me stop it.
All right.
Come on, keep going.
Compliments.
Yeah, compliments.
It's got to be sincere.
Yeah.
This
Make him
turbo's
cry.
lazy.
Make him cry.
It's a bit laggy.
Thank you for your restroom breaks multiple times a day. I
You're welcome.
appreciate that at work. You know, that's great. I really appreciate you never cleaning the toilet, not once.
Get your janitor.
This is less sincere than we had hoped.
Yeah, no, this is kind of shitty.
Just
I
with the
think
heart.
no, we're stopping at. You got to redo it. Resetting it. You're terrible at this.
I think 1 minute for the three.
Why don't we do? Yeah, why don't we do
Sure.
1 minute?
I think
Just
just-
thanking all the
1 minute
guests
for
for
everyone.
being
Nick.
All right,
not for being who they are, but for being on the show.
Yeah, being on the show.
Oh.
God.
No, being who they are. Let's hear deep.
And both of them. Like I'm
Thank
trying to
you
give
for
him
being who
some
you are,
content.
No, it's supposed to be about me, Dean, and Les.
Uncle
It's for
Steve,
the-
I've never met you, but I appreciate you.
He likes Swiss.
Yeah.
Nick, I feel like
Let's
we're
keep
gonna
going
be
this way.
good
You're
friends.
doing good, Nick.
Yeah. Lessick, thank you so much for your friendship over the past
Yeah. Thanks, Guru.
15 years. Wow, it's been a long time. James, thank you so much for bringing your friend by with those Virginia Slims. God,
You're
weekend.
not supposed to talk about that.
Those-
That's beef jerky, by the way. Everybody,
Yeah.
that's beef jerky.
yeah,
Thank
beef
you.
jerky. We like beef jerky.
Thank you.
Take him nowhere.
Trevor, thank you so much for being Trevor. There you go.
You're killing it.
Brian,
I got the same one.
yeah, I'm
Trev.
over a minute.
No, you messed
Brian.
up the first time. Keep going.
Brian, thank you for hosting sled pulling in California, as we drastically needed that. Dean,
Yep, there you go.
Dean,
Attaboy.
wow. Friendship with Dean has been since high school. And wow, that's a long lasting one.
It's a lot of fun times.
Yeah,
man.
You guys.
we are kind of old, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Involved
well,
already.
how about that?
What about
Thank
me?
you.
What about me? I didn't even get good compliments. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Thanks for being a lost teddy bear.
Yeah, my lost teddy bear.
You're welcome. That's good. A minute 36. That was good.
But I
Yeah,
realistically,
that was very good.
show and thank you guys for
And nobody likes to suck up, man. All right.
thank you for keeping pulling out here.
They wanted a free sled ride with Justin.
Ooh. Free
I'm
sled
excited for
ride
that.
with Justin.
Justin,
Got free candy in there.
Justin.
Wait, who? Who changed my name? It's been on there for over an hour.
James did that like an hour and a half ago.
I never zoomed in on my name, and I'm like, wait a minute, what does this say? Oh shit! Come on. Thanks, James.
No problem.
Connoisseur all find
Thank you so much for DSS for putting less in a Duramax.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you. Those
Thank
were
That
were
was-
life memories for
That was
us.
great.
Well,
It's a
since we're
good
thanking
one.
everybody, I want to thank all you guys for joining us, for being a part of the MLM family, for supporting our events, for pulling. You guys have really become good friends over the years. Appreciate you coming on tonight and putting up with this madness and adding to it. And of course, Uncle Steve, Uncle Kev, Trev, James. This show wouldn't happen without you guys. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. Next Monday, well, hopefully everybody still has all their fingers and toes next week and houses. We don't want to burn anything down, but we do wish everybody a super happy 4th of July. Pretty awesome. We get to live in this great country we live in, and we might as well celebrate her this Friday. So
100%.
hope everybody stays safe. And I think with that, we'll sign off for the night. But thank you all for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you next Monday. Guys, hang around. We'll have a little recap. But thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you.